Welcome to the world of science fiction stories, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Enjoy the listening. Alien troops laugh at human myths. Until one soldier murmurs, they exist. The room stank of burnt ozone and blood. Alien soldiers laughed in a tongue that no human voice could copy, sharp and metallic like broken glass grinding on steel. Inside the ruined research station, they stood over human bodies, poking at the remains like children bored with their toys. Legends. One rasped through a translator box, kicking over a shattered helmet. The humans loved their little stories, heroes, gods, invincible soldiers, lies. Another, broader and scaled in dark armor, picked up a blood-stained data tablet and tapped it. A hologram flickered to life. Images of Earth's old war icons. Captain Sienna Cortez, who once held a Martian front against 10,000 enemy bots. The ghost of Tokyo, a cyber assassin said to have vanished midair after slitting a prime minister's throat. And, beneath them all, the shadowy profile of Project Revenant, a Black Ops unit that vanished 10 years ago without a trace. Legends, all of them, the scaled one sneered. Just like their species. But our story ends here. In the shadows of the broken command room, a weak cough broke the silence. The alien soldiers froze, then, with a unified hiss, turned toward the sound. A cracked support beam lay across the floor near the server stacks. Under it, bloodied and burned, a single human soldier twitched, eyes barely open, chest heaving shallowly. A smaller alien stepped forward, weapon raised. Survivor? Should I terminate? The scaled leader motioned for silence and approached. He crouched beside the man, scanning his vitals with a wrist-implanted device. Barely alive. What were you trying to protect here, human? He asked, more amused than curious. The man coughed again, a smear of blood trickling down his chin. His name patch was half burned, but the letters Jax could still be read. You think it's over, Jax? The alien mocked. You think we're just stories? Jax smiled. A weak, broken thing, but there was something chilling in it. They're real, he whispered. The alien frowned. What? The legends? The revenants? They're not gone. Laughter erupted from the others, echoing harshly through the wrecked facility. Another lie. One spat. The humans keep their myths warm while they die. But Jax's smile widened as a tear slipped from his eye. Not sadness, he said. Something else, pride, maybe even triumph. You should have left us alone. He rasped, and suddenly the server room lights flickered. Then the emergency red strobe snapped to blue. An override? No one touched it. A mechanical whirring came from the far end of the base, followed by a low hum, like a beast waking up. Every alien turned toward it, weapons raised. What is that? The leader growled. Jax's eyes closed. His final breath escaped his lips like a prayer. They're here. The lights went out, then the screaming began. The base plunged into darkness. Not just a power outage, but something more, something worse. Alien tech tuned to detect in the infraspectrum couldn't cut through the black. The scaled commander barked orders. Switch to biovision, defensive formation. But the younger soldier, the one who had mocked the legends, was already gone. One moment he stood scanning the darkness. The next, his body hit the floor with a sickening crack. No scream, no struggle, just gone. The others spun toward the sound and fired blindly. Streaks of violet plasma lit up the gloom in quick flashes. In each burst, something moved between the pulses, fast, silent, wrong, not quite visible, not quite there. Contact! One shouted, but his voice cut off mid-sentence as something thudded to the ground beside the commander. A helmet, black, featureless matte finish, rolled to a stop at his feet. Human-made, still warm. He felt something ancient crawl up his spine, Fear, yes, but deeper. A recognition he didn't understand. A primal whisper in the mind that screamed, "Predator! Fall back!" he snarled. "Fall back to the dropship!" They moved as one, disciplined, but shaken. As they reached the exit corridor, they found the door sealed, not by damage, but by lockdown. The same small alien from before slammed its clawed hand against the console. "It's been manually overridden from inside. Impossible. No one's alive." Another snapped, but they were wrong. From the vent above, something dropped without a sound. It didn't attack immediately. It just stood there, outlined dimly in the flickering emergency lights, enough to show its silhouette. A human, or something that used to be one, tall, armored head to toe in black, with glowing blue veins running like cracks through stone. No insignia, no identification, no eyes behind the visor, just the chilling hum of something alive beneath cold metal. The commander raised his weapon. "Identify yourself." The figure tilted its head slightly, as if confused why anyone would speak. Then it moved. In less than a second, one alien lost its weapon arm, blood spraying the walls like red mist. Another was pinned to the ceiling with a blade humming with white energy, vibrating at a pitch that shattered nearby glass. "Retreat!" The commander howled, but there was no retreat. The vents above hissed, then cracked open one by one, and shadows poured out. More figures, armored, silent, inhuman in speed, human in intent. The revenants, they were supposed to be dead, disbanded, disgraced, nothing but myths passed around Earth's colonies to keep morale high. But here they were, not just one, but all of them. One by one, the aliens were dismantled, not killed in rage or panic, but methodically, efficiently, like a tactical exercise. The commander fought back. He was no rookie. He sliced one revenant across the chest. Metal screeched, sparks flew, but the figure didn't flinch. Instead, it grabbed his blade and crushed it in one hand. "You should have believed him." The revenant's voice growled through a modulated mask, deep and cold. "Jax warned you." With a final slam, the commander's body hit the wall hard enough to crack the plating. He slid down, dazed, coughing his strange blood around him. The bodies of his squad were scattered like broken dolls. Then silence. The revenants didn't speak, didn't cheer. They just stood there, staring at the last alien alive. The commander laughed, choking. "You think this means anything? The war is already won. Earth will burn." A revenant stepped closer. "Not if we burn first." Then the lights went dark again, and he screamed. Hours later, the smoke still hadn't cleared. A rescue beacon finally pinged from orbit, picked up by a patrol vessel belonging to the Zarketh Dominion, one of the alien empires leading the invasion against Earth and her colonies. The patrol ship touched down cautiously, scanners running full-spectrum sweeps. The soldiers aboard were elites, trained to handle human resistance cells and rebel insurgents, but nothing could prepare them for what they found. Inside, the base was drenched in silence. Not a sound, not a single energy signature, no plasma residue from weapons. Just the smell of charred metal, blood, and something even more unsettling, ozone mixed with burnt flesh and melted armor. The squad split into pairs as they moved cautiously down the corridors. Captain Varnak, commander of the unit, was older, experienced. He'd been part of the initial campaigns against the Martian colonies. He'd seen humans resist, even bite back hard, but they always lost, always. This felt different. As his boots crunched over broken glass and debris, he saw his first real sign of what happened. A body, but not human. One of their own, a scout, skinned alive, pinned to the wall with a blade not of human or alien make, something in between, primitive yet advanced, organic almost. It was still humming. "Report, Varnak," he growled into the comms. "How many bodies so far?" 8, sir, came Lieutenant Krell's voice. No survivors, no hostiles. Any humans? Negative. That was wrong, another voice said, shaky. You should see this, room 7, Gamma. Vardak cursed under his breath and made his way there. When he entered, even he stopped cold. The walls were covered in symbols drawn in human blood, rough, chaotic, repeated over and over. We are still here, carved, written, burned into every surface. In the center lay a pile of alien armor, arranged like a warning. But that wasn't the worst. Embedded deeply into the far wall were 3 gouged numbers. 017. Varnak went pale. He knew what it meant. Each revenant used a call number buried under Earth's most secret archives. Only one was ever confirmed. 017, the ghost of Harabase, a phantom said to have sabotaged the first orbital attack platform that tried to block Earth's moon, killing 300 soldiers in one night, then vanishing without a trace. Give me Central Command, Varnak muttered. The ship comms lit up, channel open. This is Captain Varnak of Recon Unit D3. I'm issuing a high alert. Project Revenant is not terminated. I repeat, they are operational, possibly active across multiple systems. Silence. Then the comms crackled. A cold voice responded, not from Central Command, but intercepted mid-transmission. You're too late. Varnaka's blood ran cold. Identify yourself. But the voice didn't answer. Instead, one of his soldiers screamed from another room. Varnak rushed out, weapon drawn, but it was too late. His team had been cut down. Fast, clean, no gunfire, no struggle. He heard footsteps behind him too late. He spun and saw him. The visor gleamed with a dull blue light. You weren't supposed to hear that message, the Revenant said quietly. But now that you have, he raised a blade that shimmered like starlight. You can die knowing it was real. And everything went black. Within the hour, the Dominion issued Code Crimson. Panic settled across every command center like a fog. The message was brief and brutal, nothing like it before. Confirmed Revenant presence. Human Black Ops Unit 017 active. Status, hostile. Objective, unknown. Assume extreme lethality. No engagement unless authorized. For the first time in the war, the aliens were afraid. Yet Earth said nothing. No counter-message, no denial, no claim of ownership, as if the Revenants operated beyond even their own government's leash, ghosts of a war no one wanted to admit had never truly ended. On the Dominion flagship Zerul Vengeance, Grand Strategist Reavac paced the war table, long fingers clenching and unclenching behind his back. Holograms swirled, reports from outposts, videos blurred with static, survivors of the rescue team. One had clawed his own throat out after seeing something he couldn't describe. Another repeated only 2 words before collapsing into madness. They're watching. General Vell, his second in command, stood at attention. Should we initiate planet-wide sweeps, sir? Root out human black sites? There may be more. Reavac turned slowly, eyes glowing faintly under dim tactical lights. More? Of course there are more. You think Earth built one monster and left it at that? Vell flinched. Ryvac, he gestured to the display. These revenants, they're what humans become when war eats away their souls. They're not soldiers. They're reminders of what we did to them, of what they swore never to forget. Silence, then a beeping, an incoming transmission, not encrypted, not Dominion. A blind frequency trace. It was Earth. On screen, a human face appeared, half covered in shadow. No name, no tags, just a voice, low and precise. You thought we were myths. You believed you wiped us out. But we're not ghosts. We are your punishment. Static, then nothing. Vell moved to block the signal. Fake propaganda? They're trying to destabilize us. They don't need propaganda, Rievac muttered. They have the truth. Alarms blared. Infiltration detected. Internal hull breach. Seal level 6. Purge it if you have to. No one gets out. Explosions echoed in the hull. Lights blinked out section by section. Screams bled through the comms as elite soldiers disappeared from the logs, erased. Another feed flickered on the bridge. 3 revenants stood perfectly still at the far end of the command deck. No weapons raised, no words spoken. Vel drew his plasma pistol. This can't be happening. Then something invisible struck him. He crumpled before firing. Rievac backed away, claws shaking. What do you want from us? The middle revenant, shorter than the others, stepped forward. Her voice was smooth, calm, sharp as a scalpel. You forgot what fear feels like. We're here to remind you. She pointed to a console. Suddenly, Dominion ships across the system began detonating in perfect sequence. Precise sabotage. Rievac realized too late this war wasn't about conquest. It was about vengeance. 10 years earlier, Earth was dying. Not from war, not from disease, but compromise. The Terran Union, desperate to avoid annihilation, signed peace treaties drenched in shame. Territories ceded, outposts abandoned, billions left under Dominion rule with nothing but a promise. We will come back for you. They never did. Colonies fell silent as alien rule tightened. Families torn apart, cultures erased, history rewritten. But, in the cold shadows of Saturn's rings, Project Revenant was born, off the books, untraceable, fueled by desperation and rage. Recruitment wasn't voluntary or legal. Candidates had one factor in common: nothing left to lose. Failed soldiers, war criminals, survivors of Dominion experiments, test subjects with spliced DNA. Officially dead, they were reborn under black ice and void, trained in silence, conditioned in pain, modified with tech Earth wouldn't admit it possessed, armor fused to their nervous system, neural rewrites suppressing emotion, hesitation, doubt. They were told not that they were saving Earth, but that Earth had betrayed them, and still they fought. Their only reward, vengeance, for orders unheeded, families lost, friends erased, screams never heard. Unit 017, codenamed Silas, once a Mars rebel, was among the first. He remembered everything: the Dominion raid that leveled his home, the sky burning blue with alien plasma, his wife's last embrace with their daughter, the world's scream, then silence after the Union called it a strategic loss. Silas called it betrayal. In the training pits, he didn't speak for months. He killed faster, cleaner, colder than any. They named him Ghost, but he never forgot his real name. He never stopped counting every mission, marks etched into armor, not trophies, but reminders of names, people he couldn't save. Silas had over 300. None were his, all were losses. Now, in the still burning ruins of Zerul Vengeance, Silas removed his helmet. The bridge smelled of scorched circuitry and alien flesh. Dominion officers lay scattered like discarded puppets. Revenants moved with calm efficiency. No chatter, no emotion, only finality. 017B Carrera, once a child soldier prototype, stepped beside him. Her voice was quiet but steady. Earth still won't claim us. Silas nodded. They don't have to. They're hoping we fail, that we die before the truth gets out. We won't. Carrera hesitated. Ever wonder if we're the monsters now? Silas looked at her, then at the bodies. No, he said. We're just the answer. A stealth revenant, 016 Ash, materialized behind them. Transmission intercepted. High command, human. Silas turned, eyes narrowing, and pressed play. A politician's rehearsed voice droned. Any Terran operatives acting outside authorized war protocol. Cease all operations immediately. You are jeopardizing fragile peace efforts. Return or be classified as rogue. Silas listened, then stepped forward. Face emotionless, he leaned close to the console. You left us behind. He cut the signal. His squad regrouped. Silas spoke quietly. We're not at war. We're cleaning up a betrayal. Next target, Virex 9, a Dominion fortress carved into a planet, bristling with ion cannons and rail guns, designed to crush insurgency before it breathed. No human had ever breached it, none had tried, until now. They came in silence, black-cloaked pods breaking atmosphere undetected. Engineers wouldn't notice until 3 days later that one satellite feed had looped for 8 minutes. High Commander Riak, one of its architects, was found hanging upside down from his security tower, throat slit, his personal security codes etched in blood behind him. No alarms, no sensors, no AI notice. From that moment, Virex 9 unraveled, unexplained power outages, communications hijacked with cryptic messages, patrol units vanished, armories emptied without forced entry, surveillance footage glitched. Inside the Central Operations Hub, panic bloomed, whispers of humans already inside, revenants, real ones. Dominion High Command blamed psychological warfare. Humans using fear. They were half right. In the lower sectors, Revenant 016SH moved through vents, planting EMP charges. 015N slid through steam tunnels, disabling turrets without a gunshot. At the core, Silas moved alone, armor smeared with Dominion blood, purposeful, not reckless. Each room became a tomb, each corridor a trap. His HUD lit mission objectives, but he ignored them. His real goal, revelation? He found the data core beneath level Omega-7, a classified vault with years of war intel, prisoner lists, and Project Epsilon, human reintegration protocol. Plans not for genocide, but conversion, reshaped humans by altering DNA, erasing culture, slavery disguised as peace. His hand shook, a spark of humanity flared. He almost remembered his daughter's laugh, then erased it. He downloaded everything. Dominion soldiers flooded the vault, elite squads, 15 to 1. Silas didn't speak or run. He moved. The feed cut out after 6 seconds. None returned. Within an hour, Dominion Command ordered planetary evacuation. Abandon Virex 9, it's lost. Back in orbit, Earth's Deep Space Command finally reacted. A lone message pinged across an encrypted black channel addressed to Revenant 017. Stand down. Return. This war cannot be won. Silas read it, didn't reply, and turned to his squad. We're not at war. We're cleaning up a betrayal. From above, Earth's skies looked peaceful, untouched, pristine, but beneath, at Terran Union headquarters under Antarctic ice, emergency meetings happened behind triple-sealed doors, unlogged, unacknowledged. They were coming home, the Revenants, especially Silas. General Lena Cross, head of external defense, watched flickering feeds. 15 worlds destabilized in 60 hours, chaos everywhere. Silas was building something. What do we do? A council member asked. Send a kill team, someone said. Then a voice from the shadows. Only one option, the Omega Protocol. Unleash the Omega AI, a machine with no morals, no limits. Lena hesitated. If we unleash that thing? Chaos cut in, a hijacked civilian broadcast. Silas's voice modulated yet unmistakable. You left us in the dark, called us unclean. But now you'll listen, because we are the reckoning. The feed cut. Protests and riots erupted. Families demanded answers. The Union feared this more than any alien fleet. In the war room, Lena slammed her fist. He's going to expose everything, every lie, every dirty deal. A soft beep, new transmission, untraceable. A message on every military terminal. We're already here. Footage showed Silas standing alone at Union Command's Arctic gates, helmet off, face exposed, armor scarred with hundreds of names etched like scars. They won't fire, someone whispered. Silas waited. Then, incoming request, open channel from 017. Lena hesitated, then tapped. Silas's voice came through, raw, unfiltered. No more tricks. I'm here to force you to see what you buried, she replied. Silas, you shouldn't have come here. You sent us to die, he said calmly. We died, then learned how to live in death. Now it's your turn to listen, she said. Come inside, but they stay outside. They're my story, he said. They come with me. Security flared, protocols lit red, snipers braced, but Lena ordered, stand down. Earth's most protected facility unsealed its gates, and the ghosts walked in,